You're like, well, I've been going through this for 2 years, 3 years, a year and a half, 4 years, and I feel way worse than I thought I would feel. Yeah, your body is readjusting. Your mind is readjusting. You've been living in survival and stress for so long. So it's going to take a little while to get back to being regulated, to find that equilibrium, so to speak, because you're finding your new normal. You're finding your new normal, and you're able to finally look at what is. And that means your physical reality, which has shifted tremendously, but also allowing yourself to look within and being in touch with your emotions, feeling how messed up it feels inside of there. And then to realize, wow, like this is not how I want it to be, but this is also not how I want it to be. I don't want to feel this way. And so then instead of just kind of accepting that this is my new reality and I can't affect it on the outside, and this is how I feel right now, and I'm going to accept it, eventually it's going to shift. What we tend to do, which slows down the healing process tremendously, is to fight what's out there, to get mad at our physical reality. We don't want it to be like that. We're not making enough money. We don't have the relationship status we want. We don't have the right people in our lives. Our health is not the way we want it to be. So we just look at everything that we don't want it to be the way it is. And then we get mad at that. And we also get mad at how we're feeling internally, because we're like, at this point, you should be feeling way happier. You should be feeling way more at peace. You should be, like there are so many expectations that are rooted in shame, that are rooted in a false sense of like, what do I want to call that? Of expectations. Like we have such high expectations of how we should be dealing with things. But when it comes to other people, we show so much more compassion. And this is why I once said, loving yourself when you're navigating something difficult is the true reflection of how you actually treat yourself, because everybody can love themselves and accept themselves when things are smooth. But do you love yourself when you're navigating something difficult? Do you love yourself when it hurts? And I do have a training called How to Love Yourself When It Hurts, by the way. It's really, really good. That's when it's the hardest. And what we don't realize is by fighting this outer world, this new reality that we're having to face, and at the same time, fighting our inner world, the sensations we're feeling, the anxiety, the sadness, the frustration, and everything else that's coming up, fighting that, being angry at that, it just actually makes it worse, and it slows down the process. And then you may ask, well, what is the solution? And the solution here is the acceptance. The acceptance that, first of all, like the understanding of I've been through so much and I've been operating in stress for so long, fight or flight, that everything is going to feel way stronger than it would have if I had not had to face this for so long. But since I haven't had time to process things and more things have been added, of course, and this is where the self-validation kicks in, of course I'm going to feel this way after everything I've been through, right? We think we make ourselves victims by validating ourselves, but we actually make ourselves victims by getting angry with ourselves and doing what's counterproductive to our healing. That is being a victim. Validating your emotions and validating your reality is not being a victim. Please write that down. So it's the opposite. It's a really good quote. So that we're not a victim by when we validate ourselves. We are a victim when we don't want to accept how we feel and where we are, because we are stopping our journey of healing when we don't do that, when we don't accept